what you wrote. Do you mind reading what you wrote? I liked what you said. What'd you say?
The girl that was telling the story is being mean, so someday she'll be standing alone, like on the cover, because she'll have no friends since she was bullied.
That's pretty deep right there. The girl
Yeah, because if she
that is
keeps
telling the
bullying
story.
other people, she'll get bullied. No one will want to be her friend because she's bullying them.
Yeah. Is anybody wondering if she's going to learn her lesson? Is anybody wondering that right now? What are you guys wondering about now with Maya? Because you know we've still got about half the story to go. What are you wondering about right now? So when we wonder things, we usually ask a question. So I want you to use another sticky note, and I want you to write a wonder. What are you wondering about? I wonder. I'm going to write mine down too. Let's see. Good. I see lots of your questions starting. Nice. You're writing some good ones at the same time. Did you write it on a new sticky note or the same one? Same one? That's okay. Next time, write it when we do another one. Do it on different sticky. Okay, if you look at your partner and y'all are both finished, I want you to share yours. And I want the person with the shortest hair to go first this time.
I want to Jim. Is going to stop. Oh wait, there's Chris.
Are you wondering about the same thing?
I'm sad but I did telling you a story.
Do what?
That's the best I got. So I said I wanted
Okay, class.
Yes.
It's okay if not everybody got to share. It was very interesting. Tell me your name, sweetheart. Ivy and I, it was interesting because we were wondering the same thing. We both wrote something very similar. What did you wonder?
I wonder if Maya will make
I
new friends.
wonder if Maya will make new friends. And I wrote, I wonder if the girl telling the story and Maya will become friends. Did anybody else wonder about that, if Maya was going to get a friend? Yeah, that's something we're all kind of guessing about. Let's see. Would you mind sharing, what were you wondering about?
I wonder why they're being a bully to Maya.
You wonder why they're doing that? Because you know, they didn't really have a reason. All right, let's keep going. The days grew warmer and warmer. The pond thawed. That means it started to melt. Grass began growing where snow had once been. So that means we're moving from winter to... One day, Maya came to school wearing a pretty dress and fancy shoes. But the shoes and the dress looked like they belonged to another girl before Maya. How many of you guys have ever gotten hand-me-downs from somebody? Y'all ever heard that before? I know Ellie does because we give her a lot of Bella's clothes, especially the fancy ones that Bella doesn't always wear. And so sometimes you get hand-me-downs from somebody, and it's not a bad thing.
Let's
It's,
hand me down
Yep. It happens a lot. I have a new name for her, Kendra whispered. Never knew. Like her clothes are never new. Everything she has came from a secondhand store. We all laughed. Maya stood by the fence. She was holding a jump rope but did not come over to us to ask if we wanted to play. After a while, she folded it double rolled the ends around each hand, and started jumping. She jumped around the whole schoolyard without stopping. She didn't look up once, just jumped and jumped and jumped. I notice now that Maya has stopped asking them to play. Do you think she's kind of learned that they're not very nice?
Yeah.
I think she's kind of stopped asking them now. The next day, Maya's seat was empty. In class that morning, we were talking about kindness. Miss Albert had brought a big bowl into class and filled it with water. We all gathered around her desk and watched her drop a small stone into it. Tiny waves rippled out away from the stone. This is what kindness does, Miss Albert said. Each little thing we do goes out like a ripple into the world. So every time you do something kind, it passes on to other people. Huh. And we notice up here that Maya's seat is empty. She's not there that day. Then Miss Albert let us each drop the stone in, and we told her what kind things we had done. Joseph had held the door for his grandmother. Kendra helped change her baby brother's diaper. Even mean old Andrew had done something. I carried teacher's books up the stairs, he said, and Miss Albert said it was true. I stood there holding Miss Albert's rock, in my hand, silent. Silent means she's...
Hasn't done anything
So,
good.
I want you to write down what you're thinking right now.
Wait, was that the girl?
This is the little girl telling the story. She stood there, and she was totally silent, because remember, she's supposed to drop the rock in and say something that she's done that's kind. As you're finishing up your writing, I'm going to read the rest of this little page. I stood there holding Miss Albert's rock in my hand, silent. Even small things count, Miss Albert said gently, but I couldn't think of anything, and I passed the stone on. Maya didn't come to school the next day, or the day after that. Each morning I walked to school slowly, hoping this would be the day Maya returned and she'd look at me and smile. I promised myself this would be the day that I smiled back. So now the girl that's telling the story, has she realized something? What she realized?
That she shouldn't be bad to anybody. She should be good so she can feel good inside, because she knows she's the one that's responsible of her being not there anymore.
She thinks she might be the one responsible because this little girl keeps smiling at her and she wouldn't smile back. So she promises herself that if Maya comes back, she's going to smile at her this time. Each kindness, Miss Albert had said, makes the whole world a little better. Each kindness makes the whole world a little better.
Each kindness?
What do you think that means? Whisper to your neighbor, what do you think that means? Each kindness that you do can make the world a little bit better. You don't have to write this one, just talk about it.
Sure. Okay, what? She said it great. What you said it here?
Classity, class, class, class. All right, so I love what, I kind of overheard a few conversations. Would you share with them what you had said? Do you remember?
If you do something kind, it's gonna cause a chain reaction.
It's going to cause a change. What does that mean?
It means that it's gonna be kinder.
It means that other people are going to do something kind for somebody else. It causes this chain reaction. So she's still wondering, is anybody else wondering, where did Maya go? Is she sick?
No, she's sad.
Did she move? Is she just staying home because she's sad? Somebody else wondering that?
Yeah.
Because it's okay to wonder things, because sometimes the author will tell us and sometimes they won't. All right, so let's see. She's waiting and waiting for her to come back. But Maya's seat remained empty. And one day, Miss Albert announced to the class that Maya wouldn't be coming back. Her family had to move away, Miss Albert said, and she told us to take out our notebooks. It was time for spelling. So I'm thinking right now, Maya, she's gone. So does the little girl, can she be nice to her and show her kindness now?
Yeah.
She can't do it. Did she miss her chance?
Yeah.
Let's see
You
what
should have done
happens.
it the first time.
That afternoon, I walked home alone. When I reached the pond, my throat filled with all the things I wish I could have said to Maya. Each kindness that I had never shown her. I threw small stones into it over and over, watching the way, this is the ripples, watching the way the water rippled out. Like each kindness done and not done. Like every girl somewhere holding a small gift out to someone and that someone turning away from it. So even things when you're not kind, can that spread not kindness too?
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not kind to someone, you're not be kind.
That's right. The water ripple, I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples and the chance of kindness with Maya becoming more and more forever gone. Oh, that's kind of where it left us. Whoa. Have you ever finished reading a book and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I want to know more.
Yeah, because like when we
So let me read this one again, and I want you on your last sticky note to write down what you're still wondering or you're still thinking. I watched the water ripple as the sun set through the maples. Maples are trees, by the way. And the chance of a kindness with Maya becoming more and more forever gone. So the chance to be kind to Maya was going away. She was never going to get to be nice to her. What are you still thinking about? Could be something about what this little girl's going to do next, even though she's not going to see Maya again. Wow, second graders, y'all have got some good thoughts up there. Give you a few more seconds to finish up because I see a few pencils still going. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about this. If you wrote a question, like I wonder, or why did, or where, if you wrote a question, would you give me a thumbs up? Ooh, several people still had questions, okay? Put your thumbs down. If you wrote something you were thinking about,